right. Aman, I see that we are also streaming on Instagram. Who's Instagram?
Y-
This is the Base India Instagram.
Yes,
Oh, wow. Okay, very cool.
I hope it works. This service has been down off late, so I'm not sure.
Oh,
If it goes up in the next 2 minutes, it's working. Otherwise, it's not
because it does say that we are live on Instagram here. You're live, right? Like, just okay.
Yeah, it
We'll
shows
check it
it
out
here.
later. All right. Now, when you're gonna share the screen, and we can quickly walk into that.
There we go.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
visible.
why?
I can move this screen. It's fine.
Yes.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Based India Town Hall, June 2025. We are here because we've been doing these monthly town halls, and like we've set up this regular cadence to sort of keep sharing the work that we've been doing, keep highlighting builders and what they've been building, keep talking a lot more about the programs we are creating structurally so that you can find ways to be more and more involved. And we're going to talk about all of these things in terms of the agenda. We're going to talk about the Builder Network like we always do. We're going to talk about a vision mission. Then we're going to go to the Based Fellowship. If you've been on Twitter, if you're watching us on Twitter, you've probably seen the recce tweets around the Based Fellowship with people going around and scouting places for the Based Fellowship. And let's see where it's going to happen. We're going to talk about India updates from base patches. The first base patch that sort of has concluded, and we'll see results soon. There's a surprise for creators. We're going to talk about noise, which is an ecosystem highlight, and then finally we're going to talk about like things that are coming up. So lots of I know this is vague, but we're going to go deep into all of these things one by one. Before we start uh, any sort of conversation, I think it's really important for us to like take a step back, reflect. What are we really doing here? The vision is to bring a million plus builders on chain because everything is downstream of builders. And then if we do that, we're going to get like billion plus people on chain. If we do it right, there are billion plus people in India itself. So that's the like when I think about India, when I think about our role in sort of creating this on-chain economy, I think we are like it's a major focus area for us to think deeply about use cases that work here in India because there's such a large population. We're internet native. We've seen consumer apps. We've seen scale. We've seen stuff like UPI, and it's a matter of now showing why this is just better technology, and that allows for us to bring the world on chain. I think the way to do that is you got to start onboarding your friends, family, and then you're going to start understanding UX challenges there and then. So, in this vision for us and in our mission to build this like large global on-chain economy that increases innovation, creativity, and freedom, it's only going to happen when all of us do it together and find and onboard people or friends or like family people that we go meet at meetups and just talk about the value prop, like why are we in this space, and that understanding that why is really critical, and just keeping a sense of why we're doing all of it, right? Finally, all of these goals can be hit in India. Every single thing can be done just in India, just by virtue of how large an economy we are, how innovative we are, and a fifth of the world's devs are in India, right? So if everything is downstream of builders, there's so many builders right here that we should be like working closely with and supporting in various shapes. The way we do this is that we've put together a builder network, which means that if you're welcome to be part of the base builder network, you're welcome to, if you're new to the space, how can you get involved? There's like if you're a builder, there's products and tooling, right? For you to build better, there's on-chain kit, there's agent kit. You can get quickly started. Go to base.org/build and you'll find all the products and tooling that we have. You can also look at community forums and support the Base India community. You can go to the FBI Telegram chat. You can look at Call Us FBI, and you'll find other builders. You'll find a lot of banter. You'll find fun, but you'll also find a lot of support for what you're building, right? And finally, like there are two major components when you think about founders is of like capital and distribution, and we'll find ways to support your challenges when it comes to raising capital as an Indian founder or building distribution. We've got like assets in place and programs and structures in place that allow for you to fine distribution, and we've also got someone that's going to talk about that a little later today. Update from base patches India. We saw 500 plus builders. We saw 138 plus projects being submitted. We did this around like 15 plus cities, and I know what that coffee cups mean, but we've got lots of. I think the education institution piece is very important, and I think about this a lot. So, for example, you see ID Roorkee here, you see SRM, Bennett University, DTU, and Jaya Engineering College. Some of these are like very common names. Every single hackathon that we have done on Devfolio and worked with them, I've seen Bennett University. Every single hackathon we've done, we've seen IIT Roorkee. What is it? And even SRM, right? Like, so when I think about like educational institutes, when I think about who's really coming on chain, who's like pushing the boundaries internally, these are the colleges I think of. And if you are a student in college, this is what you should be thinking about, right? Like, you should be thinking about, how can I get involved in such a manner? Can I run a blockchain club in my, say, college? If you're running a blockchain club in your college, reach out to me and we'll find ways to work together and support you, right? So if there is no blockchain club in your college, set it up and we'll find ways to support you, right? Because if you think about it, you need one person kicking something off in a place for it to actually take off. And so in terms of updates for base patches specifically, these institutions have stood out. Lots of builders, lots of projects. I think 4 projects from the fellowship also made it to the next phase, which was Incubase of base patches. It was a 4-week virtual incubator by Base, Hashed Emergent for this region, and Odyssey Labs for the like Western region. Now, for APAC Africa, the results are going to be out very soon. So I'm going to not give spoilers here, but I'm going to say that if you're here and if you built with us during Incubase, you're going to see results very, very soon. And I'm personally very psyched. Lots of teams from India that have made it to like the final list. And I'm excited to, I don't know, like we'll see. Maybe that update is to the next town hall. Okay, now updates from the community. Okay, Pratham says GM from Network School. Bhavya says GM. Samuel says Namaste. I love this guy. And so a lot of like FBI folks continue winning, and we see like Akash here, who's been covering Istanbul Blockchain Week, right? And he started his journey at FBI. He's not a technical sort of developer, but he's building his agency out. And I feel like it's important, irrespective of the work you do, to participate in this global economy and find ways to contribute. So if you're not in the FBI chat, get in the FBI chat, hang out with other builders, start creating value for other people. So if you're like, depending on whatever you do, whatever your skill set is, you'll be just put out a message. The first thing you should do in the FBI chat is put out a message saying, hey, this is what I do. I want to be involved. How can I get involved? And you'll find people reaching out to you organically. So like, congrats, Akash. This is how he started, and he's now killing it globally. So awesome to see this. Like all lads keep winning. Congrats to Siddesh, who runs the Vibe Coding show, and he's joined Privy, which is like another goated team that all of us work very closely with. Especially, yeah, I feel like we're gonna see a lot more action from Privy now that Siddesh is here, of them getting more involved in the FBI community, supporting our initiatives, working more and more closely with the team. Even Max from Privy is in the FBI chat. Second shout out to Harpreet. Lots of people winning, right? Harpreet is also from the FBI community. He was the first fellowship-based fellowship participant, and he's joined Namespace as a DevRel, and he'd been meaning to think about, like, he'd been thinking deeply about DevRel a lot. He'd been building out lots of products. He's been shipping consistently, and I think what it goes to show is, if you consistently ship, people are gonna see that, they're gonna find value in your work, and you wanna like set an example for others to follow. So amazing work, Harpreet, for doing that. All right, we took a bet last time and it did wonders. And what we have here is so the last time, the thing that we did, which is sort of like a bet, is that we wanted to give creators a shot, We wanted to see if this combination of builders working with creators in a one-to-one sort of setting for each pod, or like each team, is going to help the team grow and help the creator grow, plus lead to a lot more distribution, lead to people finding users. And that experiment like did really well. Rajanshi is here today, and she's now the FPI India lead. So congrats, Rajanshi, on that. Naman, do we have a segment for Rajanshi now, or she's gonna talk later?
A little later. So when
Okay,
the fellowship.
Rajanshi, I see you backstage. We'll bring you up in some time. Right, Bhavya says FBI for the win. And yeah, like I'm personally very, very excited that Rajanshi is on board, and we're gonna be like building out FBI as just like, I don't know, maybe I can tell, maybe like I'll talk about this later, next town hall. But lots of stuff that's been cooking with FBI and base mode, working us in like a much more closer sort of manner. So glad that Rajanshi is joining in, has taken up that mandate, and it's important to think about like how you can build really large builder collectives and really strong builder collectives that can generate momentum in a city, in a country, in a region. And I think like FBI is a great example of where we are now. But there are also other like Web2 examples. For example, like Localhost doing such a great job at bringing people together, creating this like culture of building. Feels like Bangalore's got this like SF, early SF sort of energy back. And I feel we got to do the same. We got to bring it that excitement around building on chain. We got to make it mainstream, and this is how we do it, by working closely, by finding people that are passionate about this problem statement and working closely with builders and sort of creating energy, regardless, right? Everywhere we go. And base builders flew to network school. Naman also was at network school and sort of like put that program together for us. Lots of teams across different regions. I think we had two teams from India that made it to network school. One was Kuri and the other was Reply Guy. And both of those teams, plus Rajanshi from FBI and Naman from the team. So I think that experience, maybe Naman, quickly talk about how like network school went. What are you thinking about?
Yep. So I mean, one of the biggest learnings for me is I can't be working with builders without being in the middle of that. So that's number one reason I'm shifting to Bangalore, and it came out of network school.
Oh wow.
The like, announcement, which isn't on the script. But overall, it was amazing. From we had regular demo days, office hours with Balaji, to organizing one of the largest parties Network School has ever seen till now,
Wow.
other than the was via us. I'll give you one instance of the energy we brought again. The first night when everybody was there, and I just gathered everybody up for dinner in the common room. The moment we stepped out and we went to a private room, the energy in the room died. It sort of mellowed down. And there was this one lady, Gigi, who just followed us and be like, once you guys left, and I just don't want to have dinner in that space anymore. I'll just sit with you guys. I won't speak. I'll go if you don't want me to. And she's now also supporting few other teams on the GTM. So great networking, great collaboration, amazing energy.
Yeah, I feel like even Jesse pinged me, Balaji ping, saying like you guys just brought like insane energy to network school, and I feel like we'll find ways to continue doing that in a manner where top base builders get a chance to go to network school, like quarter over quarter, or month over month, and we're sending people uh, in a way where there's like a consistent pipeline of like top builders getting a shot to be among like the best minds anywhere. All right. Next piece is Onchain Summer is here. The last time, so every year, base team does Onchain Summer. The last time we did Onchain Summer, I was not at base, and I was at FBI, and I ran this thing with Akhil and Pratyush called Summer Camp, which was incredible because we brought in a lot of builders together. We had lots of people ship things. This time it's gonna be like, I think we've made on-chain summer bigger because there's no particular hackathon as such, but there's like a mini hackathon which is happening throughout on-chain summer. Go to onchainsummer.xyz, look at all the things that are happening. There's so the way this works is that I feel like you will be able to build something really small, really sharp, and still find users because you'll find distribution as a mini app on Forecaster, right? And especially the new upcoming Coinbase wallet. So there's never been a better time to build a mini app, and we're gonna announce a bunch of meetups across India to sort of help bring builders together and bring creators together and create these mini apps in some shape, right? So we yet to plan that out. So if you are thinking about building a mini app, if you're thinking about or if you're new to the space and if you want to build something, this is the way to go. If you also want to host a meetup with us, because I keep getting these event meetup proposals and I say no to all that all the time, this is a good time to tell me that you want to run a meetup with us. And the next piece is we're launching TBA or you unify like the best app is what I call it uh, on this thing called a New Day One, which is an event we're running on I think like now 5 days from now in LA, and both Naman and I decided not to go because we want to be here in India with you guys. Naman didn't have an option. I also didn't have an option, and so we're here. And yeah, I mean, I feel like it's important for us to like do something here. So we'll probably figure out an event in Bangalore where we get people together and run something on short notice. Though, now like, we'll make a note of us doing something. All right. So what's next? Yeah, this I'm gonna like move forward. Like hopefully we don't do that, but we do something else here around that. And so broadly, maybe I'll show you right. Like so, you want to do pop-ups across India. I was sold on the idea. I still am, but I think there's a sharper way to do it. And I'm gonna hold this off till the next town hall on what we're thinking about doing. But if if you think that there's merit in bringing people together in your city, please reach out to me. Send me a proposal on how you're thinking on doing that, and creating structured programs for builders to get like together and build things. Finally, all right. So creators are the backbone of distribution, and we are gonna back them. Are we talking about these campaigns now, Naman? Like, are we bringing the creator based team now?
No, that is under ecosystem highlights.
Okay, we'll talk about this later. This later. All right, fellowship highlights. I don't know. Do we want to talk about fellowship highlights? All right, we'll talk about it. So, a lot of people, I feel like there's this persona on Twitter, which is the accountability dude. So, this dude is going to show up and be like, hey, what was the impact of what this program that you ran? Right. So, there's this like full persona of this accountability dude. So we thought we'll say something to this accountability dude persona. We're killing it with the programs that we're running. Lots of wins, lots of people finding jobs, lots of products making it to like incubation phases, finding real users. And you can find those stories on Twitter. Scout for them, search for them. Don't be the guy that asks questions. Look for answers. And over is Rajanshi. Okay, Rajanshi, are you covering this?
Yes, sure.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, so I was a part of Based Fellowship too, and there were a lot of wins. We were like 29 people in the foothills of Himalaya. It was an experience of a lifetime for sure. The other 28 people can back me on this, and 11 products were shipped. Everyone was building day and night, jamming together, working together, not just on their own products, but helping each other. So that's the vibe you're in for if you get into the Based Fellowship 3.0. What I would recommend is please take out the time to fill out the form nicely. Take those, like, take your time because the people deciding are very brutal. Like, they'll take their time. Then we have fellows working at Mira Network, Privy, and big shout out to the other fellow creators. We were able to create 400K plus impressions across Twitter. That was huge. I got into
Yeah.
network school through that. It was something. And yeah, uh, already covered that, three fellowship projects got into Incubase, two projects were on top winning track wise. Now, what
Yeah.
can you expect for the next fellowship that's coming next? You can expect mountains, you can expect beaches, you can expect hiking, vibing, and shipping, or surf, scuba diving, vibing, and shipping. Vibing and shipping is for sure. The location you'll get to know very, very soon. What I can personally vouch for is something will shift in your thinking by the end of the 2 weeks. Your brain juices will start flowing and you'd love it. Yeah, you'll fall in love with building again. That's for sure. And yeah, it'll lay a good foundation for what's next. So I can back you on that. Trust me. Yes,
Yeah.
that's all, guys.
Yeah. I
Trust
feel
me
like
on that.
think about it, like lots of like you joining FBI as the India lead is self like a success story, right? I like also want to give a shout out to like a couple other people like Reply Guy team, been at it consistently building, uh, Jasim and the Kuri team, and and even like the Clairo team that we're working closely with to put this sort of selections for 3.0 in order. So there's like less questioning from accountability dudes, and more so like people feel like, okay, you know what, it's like clearly transparent. You didn't, if you didn't make it to the fellowship, work hard, instead of sort of blaming other people that got in. Like get out of this crap mentality and try and focus more on like how can you do better, because we're going to be running a lot more fellowships and we're going to be taking into account things which are very, I feel like, standardized, right? So, for example, while there's a qualitative element to it, there's also a deep, like, quantitative element to it. When we think about on-chain scores, when we think about your GitHub scores, your Devfolio pages, and things like that, right? Like, so all of those things count. Your proof of work, people that vouch for you. If you know anyone who's been a base fellow and if they are vouching for you, we're going to take those referrals seriously. We're going to also be working closely with all the communities in India, uh, and ask them for their top three people, right? So if you are in a particular Web3 community in India, reach out to them, have them vouch for you, right? So those are like some ways in which you can get like a fast track for like just review for the base fellowship 3.0, right? And okay, thanks Rajanshi for this. Thanks for coming on board and chatting with everyone. See you around. Right. Okay. So are you a founder who's scaled, done it multiple times, or a founder who's just starting out? We are doing Founder Fridays. So this I'm excited about because I feel like we've been thinking about this a lot on what are some different structures that we can create where people don't just find, I know, like company or like get answers to their questions from base, but also from the network itself, right? So how do we bring really really sharp people together in high effort settings like the fellowship, but also very low effort settings but equally high impact settings like a virtual space? So what we're starting is this like Founder Friday and Roundtable. Think of it as a place for you like curiosity, and just getting answers to all your questions, right? So if you're an early stage builder, you should be joining these Founder Fridays because you'll get a chance to jam with other seasoned founders and builders and work closely with us to understand what should you be focusing on, right? Like what's a white space right now, and go deep into different sectors, because every, like the way we're structuring these roundtables is that there's a component where we talk about like our journeys or blockers, helping find resolutions to that, and you learn from each other, but also like a segment deep dive where we're covering one space in depth. So more on these Founder Fridays will come. Please follow like the Twitter handle or reach out to me separately or on the FBI chat as soon as we go live with this. Finally, Heath is just killing it with noise. You see, so we are running like on new day one. It's an Indian project, the only Indian project that you see here. In fact, only two base projects, and one of them is Indian. So like fantastic to see like Bangalore boys killing it. The noise team is epic. They got a shout out from Ethereum, and it's just beautiful to see because they're use case is so interesting. It's pretty similar uh, to Polymarket in a way where it breaks out of crypto and becomes a mainstream use case, right? Because microtransactions have in this manner have not been seen before, right? Like if you speak to your dad and you tell them you're gonna get paid on Instagram for likes, he's gonna get it, right? If he's on Instagram or Facebook, wherever, right? So I feel that use case, this team, the way they've been thinking, they've been like making moves. It's insane to see on how fast they've sort of grown, and the fact that they came out of base batches is just nuts and mind blowing to me. There's just been 2 months of them building hands on. So massive ups to like Srijan, Dev, Heath, and the entire team. All right, Naman, you want to talk about Euclid?
Yes, sir. The reason this is here is the sheer intensity of launches that came last week. So not just, I mean, usually how do you see this, right? A feature a day, then something you iterate, build on top of it in a couple of weeks. These guys were bang on. Last week it was one feature a day shift. And Monday to Saturday they're like bang on pulling on new, very interrelated thing. So I won't go much deeper on it because it'll take a little bit of time. But go check out Euclid Protocol. I use the app. Personally in love with it.
Awesome. All right, now we have a showcase for Creator Base and Gagan, who's been like going viral on Twitter for just like dapper looks for while he's wrecking for the Base Fellowship. Okay, over to Gagan.
So, okay, thanks for having me. The idea is simple with Creator Base. We want to help brands reach more people with the same budget. So the idea is very simple. In a one-liner, as a brand, instead of spending $10,000 on one influencer, you can get 400 creators, nano creators, talking about your product. Right, that's the idea, and the research backs it up. So the smaller creators, nano creators, defined as somebody with less than 5,000 followers, they happen to have the most engagement. So it's a win for the brand. The reason they can't do it right now is that it's an ops constraint, right? There's only so many people you can manually manage. Our system is agentic, so the brand has to essentially come in on a dashboard, put in their brief, and that's it. The AI agents sort of do the tracking, scoring, the payouts, the last mile payouts part as well. That's the brand side proposition. As a creator, it's very simple, right? You can monetize early and often. That's how we like to describe it. And yeah, we also have a campaign live right now. If any of you want to try out, make some money on the internet. Can we go to the next slide, Naman? Thank you. So two modes, right? One is the classic influencer mode where a brand puts out a brief and a ton of nano creators come in sort of on board. So we are working with Base to roll out a campaign very soon. You'll hear about it in the upcoming weeks. The idea is simple, and most of us know crypto Twitter. We see Kaito, we see other brilliant products which are focused on Twitter, right? And it's largely text. The idea is that we want to go a little more high effort with video, but that converts better. That's how you sort of get outside the crypto Twitter bubble, and that's been our thesis from day one. Right, we don't want to be restricted to just the same set of users on crypto Twitter. So we are live on Facebook, we are live on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and that's how we sort of aim to onboard new folks. In this pilot, we'll have about 100 nano creators creating content and hopefully earning their first crypto or the next crypto set. Anybody can participate across platforms. We're still working out the details with the Base team, especially the legal team. We'll have it live soon. But yeah, that's the idea, right? And if you're a brand looking to reach out to more people with the same amount of money spent, all game, we'll love to chat. Can we go to the next one, please? No, there's another slide, yeah. So two modes, right? As I said, one is the influencer mode, the other is the chop clipping mode. And you must have seen this all around short form content, right? That there's the clips that go viral, and I think you've seen multiple sort of people become huge, including Andrew Tate back in 21, 22, go viral via clips. I think the idea is simple, that you want your message to spread. There are brilliant messages with like on-chain building, increasing economic freedom in the world. You want more people to know about it. One way to do it is chop. So you have your own brand content that you can help, you can get help in amplification via the creators. And as a creator, you are essentially making 10x what a YouTube monetized short would pay you. That's one. And two, and I was just looking at the stats, you need like 10 million views in the last 90 days to be monetized on YouTube Shorts, in addition to the 1,000 subscribers. On our platform, you essentially can start earning on day one. And this is what the campaign I was talking about. There's one live on CreatorBase right now. If you go to chop.creatorbase.pro, there's a campaign that is live. You can start earning money right now. Simple stuff. And I think with AI tools, it's simpler than ever to put out clips. So yes, look forward to that. And yeah, that's my piece so far. Swami, you want to add anything?
No. I'm kidding, but firstly, Gagan, dude, like it's been amazing to see your journey. I want to like give a shout out to you because I remember us meeting sometime in October last year, and it was during I think like one of the hackathons that we were running. And to everyone that thinks that hackathons are a bad idea, including myself, this is one of those things that make you think differently, right? And question that worldview, because like I've seen Gagan go from hackathon to the next hackathon to building out product, fleshing out different ideas, trying different things in every hackathon to then consolidating it into one kick-ass large-scale product that is now going to be serving Coinbase, right? So imagine going from a hackathon product to working with a public listed company in, I don't know, like 6 to 8 months, all while just testing out different ideas. So like mad ups to you, Gagan, for your resilience and constantly shipping, building. And I feel like there's something here. There's very, even I was talking with the like Times of India team earlier, and we were talking about like you on-chain use cases that are just possible on-chain because of just how unique the on-chain ecosystem is, right? Like around like composability, permissionlessness, fast transactions, micro transactions, and so on. And I think this is one of those use cases. So like I feel like there's something here that could be a very large business serving lots of like creators, lots of brands, and adding value throughout, like a win-win sort of product. If done right, if executed well, I think you'll need like a superpower team. I know, like, is Sahil working with you now?
Yeah, Sahil has been, he's been working for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Sahil and Gagan met at the base fellowship, and Akhil, like shout out to Akhil for like matchmaking, right? Because it's super important to find. I think the toughest part is finding people to work with, because ideas to like it's easy, right? So it's important to find people that will work with you to continue building on that particular idea, and just go through the motions, right? Like it takes time. I think trusting that process. So I am personally like mad excited about Creator Base. I want to see like where this goes, how far this goes. Like hopefully, like if there's noise, there's you guys, like these top teams that coming out of like batches and the fellowship and the programs and structures that we sort of run and create. Mad ups to you. Excited for this particular campaign that we are going to be running, both as Coinbase and the Chop thing that we are running for Base in India. Thanks, Gagan.
Thanks, Swami. I just wanted to add one more thing. And I was at this Web2 event yesterday in Bangalore at South PK Commons, right? And there's a general aversion to crypto usually.
Yeah.
And as soon as they hear that okay, you're building in crypto, everybody's like, and not everybody, but like most people, they're like, okay, like must be some whatever degen stuff and that. But when I explained to them, okay, this is what I'm doing, and tell me how you would do on your traditional payment rails, instantly people get it that there is value to on-chain beyond just say trading against each other, PvP. And thanks to Base and like building such a friendly consumer ecosystem, so I think we'll see more wider use cases coming out, and hopefully we're one of them.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you, Gagan. Okay, moving on. So we covered buildathons, covered base batches, covered the base fellowship by FPI, and now we're going to see you in August, and we're going to chat again. And we're going to talk deeply about like different products, the progress they've been making, things that we've been doing, programs and structures we've been running, how Founder Fridays are taking off, if you're participating, and so on, right? Lots of updates in August. If you have any questions, the best way to do this is to ping me on Telegram or on Twitter, or reach out to us in the FBI community, drop your question there, and we're going to like, someone's going to reach out to you, right? And okay, like, was it supposed to be here? Okay, location log. Okay, so Base Fellowship 3.0, we've logged the location. So if you're doing Recce, you could stop it because I feel like Akhil and Naman have found something. All right. On that note, we're going to end the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you sort of like got a sense of what's happening in the ecosystem, things that we're doing, programs that we're running, people that we're working closely with. If you have ideas on how you could potentially work with Base in helping us find or in helping us go mainstream, whether it is through helping builders build better, whether it is through helping builders find more distribution, please reach out to me or Naman, and we can also like find ways to work together. All right. Cheers. And we go.